Hello and welcome back to this episode of the sorry. Welcome back to Friday's episode of the What is K-pop podcast, where in which I talk about K-pop groups, members, discographies, choreographies, outfits, and basically anything I want to talk about, including survival shows, which I've been talking about recently, and basically having fun. Today's episode is going to be about Idol School, which was a show that ran from the 13th of July to the 29th of September 2017, shown on Mnet, with the kids have like the contestants basically going to an idol school, where in which they learn what you have to do to become an idol. They were signed, I guess you could call it, under Pledis. Like they trained and released albums through Pledis and managed their group activities through Stone Music / Off the Record Entertainment being a joint venture with CJENM. Just looking at the not like the definition, but like what they've talked about with that regard. Thank God about this. There isn't that many contestants on today's show. Oh my God, the amount of contestants' names I've butchered is not even fucking funny. The runtime between episodes 1 and 4 was 80 minutes, and 5 to 11 was 110 minutes, which means it was an hour and 20 to an hour and 15 for the whole show, so not egregious, not like not like 154 minutes for, what was it, like, I think it was Produce 48 or Produce X 101, which genuinely made me want to cry. It was so long. Also, just randomly, when I was coming down the stairs this morning, like, you have these like little spike things at the edge of like a room on like carpet, and I stepped on one of those, and so I have like this massive scratch on my foot now. I'm like, great, love that for me. Just randomly just wanted to tell you about that. Also randomly, I thought I heard from somewhere that actually the contestants were in the dorms for like 6 months, and they had to wear these like really short like outfits for the entire time. Like, did I make that up? Don't think I did. So we're just gonna say the contestants' names. Woo. Going just like in no particular order, we have Bae Eun Young, Baek Ji Hyun, Sky, Choi Serim, Cho Serim, Cho Youngju, Cho Yubin, Jo Yuri, Chu Won Hee, Song Siwoo, Jang Gyuri, Jung So-mi, Kim Young-kyul, Kim Eun-soo, Jennie or Kim Joo-hyun, Kim Myung-ji, Kim Na-yeon, Kim Chae-young, Lee Da-hee, Lee Ha-in, Lee Na-kyun, Lee Se-rom, Lee So-yeon, Jessica Lee, Lee Cyan, Lee Yo-jung, Lee Young-ju, Michelle White, Natty, Park Ji-won, Park Seo-myung, Park Sun, Ro Ji-sun, Seo Hae-rin, Shin Si-ah, Snow Baby, Som Hae-in, Song Ha-young, Tasha, Yang Yeonji, Yoo Ji-na, and Yoon Ji-woo. Okay, just to like randomly pull out different people of like their notes. A couple of the people were on Produce 48. Baek Young Young, Jo Yuri, Yang Yuri, just looking down the list. Yeah, that's the only contestants actually. Only 3 of them went on to be a part of Produce 48, but I mean, I feel like it still counts. Kim Un-se was on 16. If you remember a few days ago, I did an episode on them. She and Nayeon and Chaeyoung were in JYP together, and Nayeon was a part of a group called Very Good under Asia Bridge Entertainment. Ha-in was a member of, she was on Produce 101 and became an IBI contestant. IBI was like the sister group to IOI. I think I mentioned about them. Soyeon, she was a former YG trainee. Sian was on Produce 48, Lee Sian. Doesn't say what she did. Well, I'll go on to like the aftermath of the show in a minute. Michelle White, she was only 14 when she was on the show, so 2017. Her and I would be the same age, wouldn't we? Now she'd be 20, 21. I don't know. Natty obviously was a former JYP trainee, was on 16, debuted in 2020 as a soloist, and is a member of Kiss of Life. She trained for, I think it ended up being about like 10 years. Like, dang. Park Ji-won was also a part of 16. Seo Hae-rin was part of SM Rookies, and obviously an SM trainee. Som Hae-in was a fit model. I don't know why on earth I thought it was just misspelled as fitness model, but she was she works as, she might still be doing it, but she is like one of those people who works as like a mannequin for fashion designers, to kind of see how on like certain body types, body shapes, like clothes work. So like, for example, for me, I have relatively like a rectangular sort of shape to me. I don't really have like, I guess, much definition, as you could probably say, to like my hips or anything like that. So my body wouldn't necessarily work in the same sort of clothes as like an hourglass sort of figure, because like that one has like a lot more curves and a lot more definition, and working as a fit model, as like a live mannequin, would allow fashion designers to kind of tell what sort of people would they want to model their clothes in the future, or even like if their clothes would even really fit like people, because like, you don't want to make clothes that, you know, people aren't going to actually wear. Hae-in also dropped out due to health problems, and it was later revealed that she had anorexia, depression, anxiety, social anxiety, and a sleep disorder. Sorry about not warning you about that. Didn't know about that. feel sorry for her. Honestly, yeah, I won't talk about my own issues with that sort of stuff in my own episode because it's a whole party. Oh god. And Tasha. Does it say anything more about her on her Wikipedia? Tasha Lowe, born Natasha Lowe Ling. She's 30 now. So it's been 5 years since idol school. So no. Michelle White would be 19, maybe 20, I don't know. It's hard to like kind of tell how long things have been going on for. Has she already? No, she's not already had her birthday. She was born in 93, so yeah, I mean, probably still the same age. She's a Singaporean Chinese national. I don't know where I was going with that sentence. She was on Dancing 9, which was like a dance survival show, and a member of Scarf under Alpha Entertainment. And I'll be real, never heard of them. Sorry. They were active between 2011 and 2014, only releasing a single album and one extended play, unfortunately. So it's the case for a lot of these like groups from smaller agencies. They do tend to do things for like a couple of months and then they do sadly disband. That is just kind of unfortunately how that sort of stuff works. However, like we can support them in the future. So the results were that Jisun, Hayoung, Serom, Chaeyoung, Nakhyun, Jiyeon, Soyeon, Jihyun, and Gyuri were selected as members of Promise 9. Gyuri is, however, no longer a member of the group due to the fact that she did not sign with Pledis F. Like, it's hard to explain it. Basically, they had like the contract with the agency that like what do you call it? Like they had between Pledis. Stone Music and Off the Record Entertainment, and Curie obviously was like Curie and like the other members of Promise, whatever you want to call it, was signed to Stone Music, Off the Record Entertainment with a little bit of Pledis, and then when the group was transitioned over to Pledis, all the 8 members obviously would have signed with Pledis. Curie would have been like, don't really want to sign with Pledis, I don't really want to be in this group much longer. So she carried on with her contract. That obviously came to an end in July of 2022, and she ended up departing from the group and continued on as an actress. And I actually think that's like a pretty common thing to do. It's like when you think about contract renewals with groups like with Monster X, Chunkyun IM, his contract ended, and obviously I'm sure Starship were like offering him X things to continue on with them for his solo promotions. But he was like, actually, no, I only want to sign with you for group promotions. So technically, he is signed to 2 companies at the same time, which is totally fine. It's legal. So a legal thing, not illegal, a legal thing to do, because obviously it's not like 2 companies at the same time kind of doing promotions. It's like one set for different types of things. Over explaining it, but yeah, essentially they just had their contract. It's kind of like when my mother is outside trying to get my attention, I think, or it's just like I didn't even realise she had left which is like the weirdest thing. She's got pattern in her arms. Oh, that's cute. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, so it's like when Icon finished with YG, they moved to, wasn't it 143 Entertainment? I think the same as Limelight. So yeah, that's kind of typical. You know, it's sad when obviously someone leaves a group, but think of it like as though when you sign a contract with your work. Some companies have like set times, like when you have a contract and contractually obligated to stay at a company for, like, let's just say a year. When that contract ends, the company can either agree to re-sign you for perhaps a year again or even longer. And if they don't feel like you benefit the company, they can just let the contract run its course and you're no longer tied to the company. And in some cases, obviously with idols, like, they can kind of have some level of leeway towards having contract terms that benefit them instead of necessarily contracts that only benefit the company. Like with YG, they would have had to have had very high money total to re-sign the members for solo activities and have lots more benefits towards the members for them to re-sign. However, that didn't work out. They've all gone their own separate ways, but agreed to stay under YG for group promotions. I definitely don't think that YG would have let them go that easily, though. Maybe, I don't know. Let's just move on. Okay. So the aftermath of the show, the group was formed on the show was called Promise 9, as we know, and the members of the group were trained and released albums through Pledis, but Stone Music managed their activities with CJ, E, and M. In 2018, Eunyoung, Sian, Yuri, and Gyuri, who had already debuted with Promise, participated and produced 48, and Yuri ended up debuting with Aizwan in 3rd place. Am I tripping? Oh, no, she hasn't been in Promise. Park's son, who was in 31st, joined Starship as a trainee and appeared in the music video of Love It, Live It by YDPP, a project boy group that participated and produced 101 Season 2. And in 2021, King Kong by Starship posted a new profile picture of her, meaning that she, like, King Kong is the acting division of Starship. Myungji, I'm hungry. Myungji made her acting debut in November of 2018, and she made a cameo in Mood Maker. Yubin signed with My Doll Entertainment, made her debut in 2018 in Pink Fantasy, as well as the group's subunit Shy. I definitely want to talk about them. They seem like fun. They have lots of issues apparently with their members. Oh, isn't that the group that was like, we're taking a hot minute? Ah, yeah. Harino and Yuchan graduated from the group in 2023, and the group will have a indefinite hiatus. Ooh, the only thing I can think about in regards to like a hiatus that like gives me anxiety is when One Direction announced their hiatus. I don't know about anyone else because, you know, I don't I barely even think about them at all. Like, sometimes they'll just come up in my head and I'm just like, oh, that was something, wasn't it? When they announced that they were going on break, I was like, you know, they ain't ever coming back together, because I think with thing like a boy group like that has so much history and so much bad history, that the idea of them coming back together is just so difficult, because you know, any one of the members could spill that dirt on another member. Like on not Jake Paul, Logan Paul's podcast, Impulsive, Liam was on it, and he said that one of the members pinned him up against the wall. And I think with a reveal like that, especially with not saying, like, remember, it was a calculated move in that it obviously was probably a message to the member who did it, saying like, ha, I know what happened, I could spill the dirt on this situation. And there is just so much mess that went on with that sort of stuff, that it would never work, because they never really worked in harmony with each other, I don't think. I think now, this is obviously my personal opinion, that Harry, Louis, and Niall seem to be the most civil with each other. They're the most chill with each other. They don't seem like as though they would put each other in a chokehold if they were to meet up. But Liam and Zayn, oh my god, just I don't think Zayn ever wanted to be a part of One Direction in the first place, and Liam is just so far up his own ass with being the main reason that One Direction he is the centerpiece of One Direction, apparently to his own mind, that it would just never work, because I think Zayn would just want to do it for funsies. Liam would want it to be extremely serious. Harry would just be Harry. What's the other one's called? Louis would just be like, I'm here for the ride, and Niall would just be like, yeah, peace, I'm here. It's those people that take things too seriously that I feel like I would just punch out. And Liam seems like he would take every single little aspect of being back in One Direction way too seriously for anyone to actually be able to do anything with themselves. I don't know. Directioners, please feel free to come for me. I would absolutely love to hear the annoyance. Yeah. Apparently I was a Directioner, even though I didn't actually really like their music. My parents and my sister seemed to be under the impression that I was a Directioner, even though, I listened to their music, I watched their music videos, I was aware of who they were, but I was never a fan of them. I never wanted to go and see them in concert. God no, I feel like I'd absolutely just pass out from the screaming, the fans wanting to get a piece of them, the sensory overload, being around 5 sweaty men on stage singing their little hearts out. Hell no. I've been to one concert, or tour, or whatever you want to call it, and that was for a TV show that I used to watch as a kid, and I actually began watching the latest series again, and I'm like, yeah, this show is weird, but also I can't not watch it now because it's just so funny. I want to see where this goes. But that was the only concert I went to, and that was in 2017. And funny story actually with that, I'm just going off on a tangent again. So what it was is that we had half term, and right at the end of the half term on the Friday, I think it was, me, my parents, and it was meant to be my sister as well, we got in a car, we drove our way up to one of the concert dates, and like the whole like journey, I was like, I'm so bored right now. The problem was is that we were on a motorway that was like 100 miles long. I think it was like the patch of road that we had to go on before like obviously turning off to like actually get to the place. And the whole time my parents were like, "Are you okay, Sophie?" And I was just sat there like with my head back on the seat. I'm just like, this does not seem worth it right now. And we got to the hotel, and it was one of those like family run ones, and I was like, this is not fun in the slightest right now, because we were all in the same room together and my mum snores. So that was just pure hell on earth. And the woman who was on the night shifts, every single time we were there, we went down to get dinner, she'd be like, "Oh, I really want to watch EastEnders, but I can't watch EastEnders because I'm at work. Like, if only someone would go downstairs and watch EastEnders on the little TV in the corner." And all I was thinking was that, like, am I going to have to go downstairs in my pajamas at 8:30 at night and watch EastEnders on this freaking TV just so this woman can go and watch it? And I refused. I didn't do it. And like, she sat down with us, and like when we were having dinner and just like talked to my mum and my dad, I just ignored her. I just carried on eating my pizza. And when we were walking like around the city where the tour date was, my dad was constantly looking around to see if he could find the members of the TV show so that I could meet them. And I was like, "Stop it, Dad, please don't embarrass me right now." And we got to the concert venue, and I saw there was a hotel right next to the concert venue. And I just turned to my dad, and he was like, "Don't talk to me. Just don't. We ain't going to talk about it." And I was like, I am so mad, because we had walked through pretty much the entirety of this city, and it was like a pretty big one as well, and it was very like hilly, I guess you could call it. Maybe, I don't know what the proper term for it was, but it had lots of like steep parts to it, trying to get to like certain frigging shops. And my mum twisted her ankle literally 5 steps out the hotel B&B thing that we were staying in. And I was like, this is going to be interesting. So we had like gotten to the concert venue. My mum was gonna like stay outside and like not come in with us, but she had obviously twisted her ankle, and she was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna go around shopping around the town." And my mum and my dad was like, "No, we're gonna get you a ticket and you're gonna sit in with us." And she was like, "Oh, fine then, all right." And so she did, and she had a good time. She had a fucking amazing time. She enjoyed herself. And yeah, it was a lot of weirdness, and I will never go to a concert ever again, because that was a lot. Okay, well, back on to Idol School, the thing that we came here to talk about. Joe Serin, who placed 40th, signed with UEHA Entertainment Korea and made her debut as a dancer and vocalist of Everglow in March 2019 under the name Onda. Yoo Jung, who placed 26th, signed with Brickworks, made a debut in 2019 in the group Holiday under the name Haru. As you know, Natty, she made a debut in 2020 as a soloist, and in 2023 in July as a member of Kiss of Life. And apparently Lee Hae-in, who placed 11th, is the creative director of the group. That's amazing. I love that for her. Yeah. Let's learn a little bit more about her a minute. Oh, that's really good. I think she's enjoying herself. She is about to turn 30 apparently. That's good. Well done to her. Snow Baby, also known as Kai Ru Xu, who placed 34th, returned to Taiwan and is now a Mandarin language YouTuber, advertisement model, and influencer. And Jessica Lee, who placed 35th, is now a YouTuber where she talks about her experience on Idol School. In 2020, IZ*ONE filmed a variety show on the same campus as Idol School, and it was the first time that Yuri returned to the campus and obviously would have probably shown IZ*ONE around potentially. And on the 31st of July 2022, Yuri departed from Fromis after her original contract with Off the Record Entertainment had expired. Okay. I keep getting. Oh my god. I had a hair in my mouth. Oh, it was so gross this morning. Just another quick tangent. I woke up and I had a hair just in my mouth, and I was like, oh, this is horrible. So I was like trying to get it out, but also not wanting to like touch it or anything. And so I was like, I had my phone with me at this time because I had also gotten up to get my phone. And I was like, trying to get this hair out of my mouth. And I'm sure like my dad tends to wake up a lot during the night, or at least like when me and my sister start. And I'm sure he was thinking to himself, what the hell is this kid doing? And I was like, trying to get this blooming hair out of my mouth. Oh my god. It was just so strange. It was one of those moments that I have to laugh at because it was just so like there's a word for this. It was so out of pocket, and you know, I just sort of kind of moved on, didn't mention it. My dad's not said anything about it, so potentially he didn't hear me. Oh my god, but that's just reminded me so much. I think the problem is that my hair tends to shed when I'm nervous, and because of the fact that I've been quite nervous about this course that I'm doing online through Nottingham College, my hair obviously like kind of falls out, or at least like it snaps off, or like it like doesn't like to stay on my head. It's the joke that I tend to make, and obviously when I'm like talking in my sleep, obviously I sometimes then end up consuming my hair. I can't believe I'm talking about this on a podcast right now, but like I'll just regularly have little bits of hair in my mouth. Oh my god, I feel so sorry for anyone who's listening to this wanting like a serious pod. I'm gonna be honest, like go somewhere different if you want a serious podcast. This is not the podcast that you should be listening to if you want a serious show. We like to have fun around here. Often I will just like start talking about something relating to my own life, and I'm sure that like because my parents obviously like they hear me talking to myself and talking to you lot, and they're probably thinking to themselves when I then go on to a tangent, just like naturally, they probably are thinking to themselves like, oh, here we go, here she goes again, because I do it like in like my regular life as well, like even like regularly when I'm like at the dinner table, I will just go off on a tangent, and my parents have to be like, okay, shush now, we're talking. And yeah, so it is kind of often at my parents' own expense that I just start talking about something randomly. Just last year, actually, Michelle White, one of the younger contestants, she's actually not the same age as me. She wasn't born in 2003. She was born instead on the 9th of February 2004, making her currently 20 years old. And she is now a trainee once again under FNC Entertainment, maybe potentially FNC is like looking to what the absolute, oh my Christ, oh my golly gosh, what an, oh my god, I just went on to like the, we still rolling, we still going, yeah, sorry about that, wait, no, just wait a second, are we still here? Sorry, my laptop decided that it didn't want to carry on timing me. I just clicked onto like the company like page on the K-pop fandom wikia thingy, and it says that FNC stands for fish and cake. You know, there's not a lot that really annoys me too much, because I try not to get too annoyed. You know, it's not worth it. But it's when stupid stuff like that happens, it really irritates. I'm trying to click off of this ad that keeps on. I'm just gonna have to close this. That pops up that just really gets me annoyed, because I'm like, why that specifically? Why would you call your company Fish and Cake? Yeah, we gotta love it. We just, you know, if we don't laugh, we'll cry. So dumb. What else can we randomly talk about? Ooh, Cho Yubin. She is a former Jellyfish Entertainment trainee. Oh, she's part of Pink Fantasy. Oh my, that's a haircut. That's certainly so sorry. I'm just bashing on this girl. I don't even know. She has like a bob, but has like dip dyed hair. And I mean, you're rocking it, girl. Sorry. My friend from school, actually, the one that I regularly talk about as being a horrible person, not even going to try and deny that anymore. She actually had dip dyed hair for the vast majority of actually from our time in school. I think from about year 8 onwards. That she would like regularly, like every couple of months, she'd go and get it redone to be just at like her ears, I think. And then when we left school, she went to a different college. She actually completely cut her hair off and now has like a pixie cut. But you know, that's, I only know that actually from because one of my old classmates follows, like, is friends with her on Facebook. I was able to access her account, and I just wanted to see what was going on. And I literally, my first reaction was, "Oh dear, what have you done?" Yeah, I just love dunking on people. Apparently, that's just what we're doing. Jung So Mi is often actually compared to John Somi from Iowa. He's now a soloist, due to the fact that they are half white, half Korean, and they also kind of look alike. And I have to agree, actually, they do look quite alike. Yeah, it must be quite strange actually to have like a doppelganger within the same industry. With that kind of sort of thing. I'd love to know if there's actually someone who looks like me, but I don't particularly want to go out and see if I can find them, because I find it kind of creepy. I actually I that's contradictory, Sophie. I regularly put my full name into Google just to see kind of what is like, I don't know, if I'm famous or like I have some notoriety, maybe, in on line and stuff. I don't, by the way, I don't. Like often, there are quite a few other people with my exact name actually, and sometimes I do kind of consider whether or not I should kind of go by like double barreling my name with my middle name a bit, but to be fair, I think I'm the only like Sophie, my surname name in the part of the country that I live in, so I don't think it's too bad. But I can understand if, like, especially in a country like Korea, of having multiple Park Jimins actually, because we have Jimin from BTS and we have Jimin the soloist who goes more by Jamie now. And we'll probably have even more people with that same name, just not in the industry. And I kind of wonder how that kind of operates, whether or not like they have to kind of put their like birth year maybe in what they're talking about. Maybe, I don't know. Someone would have to tell me. Okay, so I think that pretty much wraps up everything that I want to talk about in regards to idol school, plus also a load of just me rambling on, which I love to do. But yeah, I think that is everything that I want to say, want to do, want to speak about. I'm not too sure as to what the next episode is, I can't remember, but that will be coming on Sunday. And as always, please do continue to keep yourself safe in this world. It's a hard world out there. I'm gonna go and have my pasta for my lunch because I'm hungry. But you have a wonderful rest of your days, and I will talk to you lot again very soon. Bye!